shooting?
Yeah.
Do you want to lay back?
What's the vlog? Hey Jake, you want to get a thumbnail?
Always grinding.
When you get home, we're gonna have a big party.
The boxing world just got hit with another storm ahead of the upcoming heavyweight clash, and it has got everyone thinking, what in the world is going on with Jake Paul? Just days before his fight with the one and only Mike Tyson, Jake Paul collapsed during training. Yeah, you heard that right.
People just like attacking Jake Paul and like wanting to see me fail.
With rumors swirling of steroid use, controversial tactics, and the pressure to keep up with one of the greatest fighters of all time, Jake's collapse has sparked a firestorm of questions. Has the YouTuber turned boxer taken things too far? Is Jake Paul resorting to dangerous methods to stay in the ring with the legendary Mike Tyson? The fight world is left in disbelief as one of the most anticipated showdowns teeters on the brink of collapse. Will Jake recover in time? Or is this fight doomed before the bell can even ring?
Yo, listen, yeah, that.
As the clock ticks down, the stakes couldn't be higher. This is the fight that could make or break Jake Paul. So, let's get right into it. Okay, let's kick things off with the headline that's got everyone talking. Just 2 days before Jake Paul's fight against Mike Tyson, he reportedly collapsed during a training session. That's right. According to sources close to Jake's camp, he was pushing himself hard like he always does. But suddenly, things went south.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident.
Witnesses say Jake was in the middle of a sparring session when, out of nowhere, he hit the mat and didn't get back up. His trainers immediately rushed to his side as panic set in. Within minutes, Jake was whisked away in an ambulance, leaving fans and the media questioning whether this fight was still going to happen. It's the last thing any fighter wants to happen before a big fight, especially when you're about to go toe-to-toe with one of the greatest boxers of all time.
We're waiting for an ambulance?
Yes.
2 ambulances.
Now, this isn't just some little stumble. We're talking about a full-on collapse that sent shockwaves through his camp and raised major questions about whether Jake's even ready to step into the ring with Mike. So what exactly caused Jake Paul to collapse like that? Well, here's where things get a little complicated. Get this, in any other case, you'd normally believe an athlete collapsed due to a bad case of dehydration or exhaustion. But when it's Jake Paul you're dealing with, things get controversial. Yeah, just when everyone thought the situation couldn't get any more dramatic, rumors began swirling that Jake's collapse might not have been from exhaustion or dehydration, but from steroids. Allegations started to emerge that Jake had been using performance-enhancing drugs to keep up with the intense demands of his heavyweight physique and to stand a chance against Mike Tyson.
Me too. New team. I've just ate so much cleaner this camp and stayed in shape.
All right, let's break down why Jake Paul would feel the need to resort to steroids in the first place. Because building the kind of physique he's rocking right now isn't something that just happens overnight. Jake Paul's whole transition to boxing wasn't exactly a slow burn. One minute, he's making prank videos and flexing his YouTube clout, and the next minute, boom, he's knocking out opponents in the ring. That shift from internet fame to a legit boxer, it shocked a lot of people. He went from social media sensation to this heavyweight beast in what felt like no time at all. But here's the thing, becoming a heavyweight titan isn't like ordering a pizza and having it show up in 30 minutes. It takes years and years of hard work, discipline, and a whole lot of sweat. So, how did Jake pack on so much muscle so fast? Let's rewind to Jake's pre-boxing days. He was always in decent shape, sure doing stunts, vlogs, and whatnot kept him active. But once he decided to step into the world of boxing, something clicked. Suddenly, his physique went from lean YouTuber to straight up jacked. And that transformation wasn't subtle. It was in your face. People started noticing how massive his shoulders had gotten, how defined his abs were, and how much more powerful he looked in the ring. It was as if Jake had hit the fast forward button. button on his fitness journey. For most athletes, that kind of transformation takes years of specialized training, strict diets, and consistent work. But Jake, he made it happen almost overnight.
Heyo, I'm Jake Paul from Bizarre Bar, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker, first ever. Oh, nailed it! Woo!
I'm Jake Paul, and I survived the Larry Wade.
Now, here's where things start to get a little suspicious. The kind of muscle mass Jake put on, especially as he moved up to the heavyweight class, isn't something you typically see in such a short period. Building that type of physique takes serious dedication, but more than that, it requires time, unless, of course, you're getting some help. And by help, we're talking about performance-enhancing drugs. It's not unheard of for fighters to turn to steroids or other PEDs when the stakes get high, and the pressure is on to bulk up and stay competitive. For Jake, stepping into the ring against legends like Mike Tyson means he has to measure up, both in skill and size. And let's face it, Mike Tyson, even at his age, is still a physical specimen. So Jake needed every advantage he could get. The reality is that building a heavyweight physique is no easy feat. These are guys who are not only incredibly skilled fighters, but also need to carry a ton of muscle while maintaining agility and endurance. For someone like Jake, who didn't have the years of boxing training that most professional fighters do, he had to play catch-up and fast. The kind of weight and muscle Jake put on doesn't just come from hitting the gym 5 days a week and sticking to chicken and broccoli. Steroids are often the shortcut that fighters take when they need to accelerate their growth, build explosive power, and get to that heavyweight status in record time.
New PR, 500 pounds. I'm the strongest heavyweight in existence. No spot. Let's go, man. Let's go, kid. This is it. Come on, lightweight. Lightweight. Come on. Ooh. There you go. You got that. Down low, better play, better pace.
So why would Jake turn to steroids? Simple. He's in the big leagues now, fighting legends like Mike Tyson, and the pressure to perform is insane. He's not fighting fellow influencers anymore. He's stepping into the ring with people who have decades of experience, raw power, and technical prowess. Jake's biggest weapon has always been his ability to out-train and out-muscle his opponents. But when you're facing someone like Mike Tyson, you need more than just muscle, you need superhuman muscle. That's where PEDs come in. They give fighters that extra edge, helping them recover faster, gain muscle quicker, and increase their overall strength.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
Jake's transformation, especially his sudden jump to heavyweight, is a huge red flag. You don't just go from a lean influencer to a shredded powerhouse without some serious help. And for someone like Jake, who's always had a reputation for taking shortcuts, it wouldn't be surprising if steroids were part of the equation. The guy thrives on controversy and pushing boundaries. So if there's a shortcut to getting bigger, faster, and stronger, Jake Paul is exactly the type of person who would take it. And let's not forget, fighting in the heavyweight division means more than just packing on pounds. You need to maintain your stamina, your endurance, and your mental focus while carrying that extra weight. Steroids can help with that too. They don't just build muscle, they help fighters recover faster, meaning Jake could go harder in his training, push his body beyond its natural limits, and get back to peak performance quicker than a clean athlete would. That kind of advantage is huge when you're staring down a fighter like Mike Tyson, who's known for his relentless aggression and knockout power.
Follow me, tell me if you feel me.
Jake has always been the guy who plays the villain, the guy who's willing to do whatever it takes to win, whether that means talking trash, getting inside his opponent's heads, or now allegedly turning to steroids. He knows that controversy gets attention, and attention gets views, but this time it might have gone too far. If the steroid allegations are true, it could spell the end of Jake's boxing career, or at the very least put a massive asterisk next to his accomplishments in the ring. But even with the controversy swirling, Jake remains focused on one thing: stepping into the ring and proving that he's a real fighter. The question is, without the alleged help of steroids, does Jake have what it takes to stand toe-to-toe with a legend like Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Let's get ready to rumble! Yes! Yes! Let's get it on! So what you want
This ain't gonna last
so what you
long.
want
Y'all know
now?
how Tyson
So what
do
you
it.
want now?
This steroid scandal has opened up a whole new chapter in Jake Paul's boxing saga. And whether or not these allegations are true, one thing is clear: Jake Paul is willing to push the boundaries to make it to the top. Now, all eyes are on him to see if he can handle the pressure of the fight and the weight of the accusations. The worst part? It's all happening days before the biggest fight of the year: Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, November 15th, 2024, at the iconic AT&T Arena. This event has been hyped to the max. We're talking about a showdown between one of the most controversial names in modern boxing and an absolute legend of the sport. The fight's been billed as the main event of the year, with the biggest names in boxing, Hollywood, and social media all planning to be ringside. You could already picture the A-listers showing up, the lights, the atmosphere. It was set to be a spectacle unlike any other.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
For months, the anticipation has been through the roof. Every boxing pundit, every fighter, and every fan has been talking about this clash. You've got Mike Tyson, a legend in his own right, no introductions needed there. But then you have Jake Paul, who's become the ultimate wild card in the sport. Love him or hate him, people were ready to tune in. The fight world has been buzzing with predictions, takes, and breakdowns. Pros and analysts were debating, can Jake actually hang with a fighter of Tyson's caliber? Is he legit? Or is this just another payday stunt? Everyone had something to say, and the excitement just kept building.
What do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? That fight just got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
They're going to fight, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna fight. Do you think Jake Paul can beat Mike Tyson?
I don't think so.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Press subscribe for Elite Combat Productions.
But now, Jake's gone and messed it all up again. It feels like history is repeating itself. Just when the hype was hitting its peak, boom! Out of nowhere, Jake collapsed just 2 days before the fight. Fans who were counting down the days are now left wondering if this fight will even happen at all. Jake was rushed to the hospital, and immediately rumors started flying. Then the steroid allegations hit. This isn't just a bump in the road, this is a full-blown scandal. The fight world is scratching its head. What happened? And more importantly, why would Jake risk it all?
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard.
Jake Paul wanted this fight more than anyone else. Sure, there's the massive payday on the line, but for Jake, this was about more than just money. This was about legacy. He's been fighting to earn respect in the boxing world ever since he stepped into the ring. People have always questioned whether he's a real fighter or just a YouTube star trying to play the part. Beating Mike Tyson, a name that carries so much weight in the sport, would have been Jake's golden ticket. A win over Tyson would have cemented his status as a legitimate boxer, proving to all his doubters that he belongs in the fight game for real. But now it's all up in the air.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Oh my God.
The baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson.
Hardest hitting puncher that I ever saw.
Mike Tyson.
Even Jake, with all his confidence and bravado, didn't see this collapse coming. He's always been one to push the limits, to take things to the extreme, but now it looks like those risks have caught up with him. And let's be real, there are consequences to everything, especially steroid. It's not just about getting bigger and stronger. Steroids come with some serious health risks. They can mess with your body in ways you don't expect. They can lead to heart problems, liver damage, hormonal imbalances, you name it. There's a reason why they're banned in sports. And Jake's sudden collapse? It's a reminder that even the biggest, strongest fighters can't outrun the consequences of doping. The fallout from this scandal could be massive. Boxing fans are already losing patience with these kinds of stunts. And now, with Jake's future in boxing on the line, people are wondering if this is the end of the road for him. Can he come back from this? Will the fight even go ahead as planned? There's a lot of uncertainty right now, but one thing's for sure. This steroid scandal is going to change everything. So there you have it, Fight World. That's all I have for you today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the latest updates on the wildest fight news out there.